Tennessee State Representative Justin Pearson joins me now. Representative, welcome back to the show. Look, the data, you can take issue with it, but it suggests your newly redrawn district would have voted for Trump by 21 points back in 2024. So why do you believe you can still win this seat today?
Yeah, this is a different political moment that we are in. Donald Trump is not on the ballot. We have people who are dealing with high grocery prices, high gas prices, an endless war, data centers that are polluting our community, big money in politics and AIPAC trying to buy our elections, and people all across the 15 counties that I visited more than once now want something different for Tennessee, for District 9, and for our country.
Representative, your opponent, Brent Taylor, just put out a lengthy statement where he is attacking you. And he wrote in part, quote, Pearson is the face of the extreme left in this race, the same activist who has repeatedly put chaos over order. He actually goes on to accuse you of having contempt for law enforcement, citing an altercation you had with officers at the state capitol. Can you respond to what many describe as complete hyperbole?
Absolutely. It is extreme and it is radical that we don't have access to healthcare in the richest country in the world. It is an extreme problem that people in District 9 are suffering from poverty and are dealing with the consequences of unaffordable housing and an affordability crisis that has been manufactured by this administration on behalf of the billionaire class. It is wrong that in rural communities and small towns in our cities, we're dealing with toxic data centers built by people like Elon Musk. And my opponent is being funded by SpaceXAI. He's being funded by folks like AIPAC, and he's getting money from individuals like Core Civic, and that is perpetuating the ICE raids in our communities. That's what's wrong with our country. And I think people are sick and tired of hearing the hyperbole. They want to see real solutions that improve the quality of their lives. And that's why I'm running for Congress. And that's why we're going to win in November.
Address his statement that you have contempt for law enforcement. Is that true?
Absolutely not. Anyone who knows me knows that I have loved ones who serve in law enforcement. The reality is, I think there are deeply problematic issues at times with law enforcement. When the President of the United States, for instance, has a task force in our community that has killed 4 Black African American men, I believe it's wrong when law enforcement is separating families at the behest of this administration. He's operating as though he has a private army. I think those things are wrong, and we need to have real conversations about how we make communities safer by dealing with poverty, not by occupying communities as has happened in Shelby County.
Progressive and socialist Democrats have been pulling off lots of upsets in primaries as of just recently. But someone who's had tough words for this wing of the party is the Democratic strategist, James Carville. Listen to what he just said.
And by the way, the blacks don't buy this shit. Black folks, or listen to me very carefully, are the most loyal part of the entire Democratic coalition. If you disrespect them, they know it. And a Democratic Party can never show any distance between itself and black voters. And if it gets to the point that the progressive want to disrespect people, they're going to understand that, and you're going to lose a constituency that has stuck with you for the last 70 years.
Now, let's assume, for the sake of conversation, that James Carville has his exclusive thumb on the pulse of Black America. But do you believe the Black voters don't like what they're seeing from progressive and socialist Democrats?
Yeah, I think a lot of Black voters don't like being called Blacks. In that way, I think the Black African American people in our country have been very loyal to the Democratic Party, but the Democratic Party establishment has not been loyal to Black African American people, and we see that with the rates of investment that we do not get and that we have not received. We haven't passed Medicare for all. We have not addressed many of the issues that matter to Black Americans. And when we have people in political offices who take money from AIPAC, who take corporate PAC money, and who are not investing in our communities and not investing in the South particularly, it shows what people think about us. 56% of Black African American people live in the South, and we are not getting nearly as much investment, even in our race, as we should from people from across the country who say that they represent the Democratic Party and Democratic ideals. I believe people want Medicare for all. I believe people want us to stop the genocide that is happening and being caused by AIPAC and the Israeli government. And they want those investments to come to our rural hospitals. They want those investments to go to our public schools. They want those investments to go to our communities. And I believe those are the issues that are paramount to Black folks in this country.
The voters will answer whether it's true or not come November. Justin Pearson, thank you for joining.
Thank you so much for having me. Keep the faith in the fight.
Next.